guys, welcome back here to the King of the Show. So I'm recording this Michael Jordan Last Dance documentary, episode 1, episode 2. Doing it now, so it's gonna be up later tonight. So I'm gonna do it tomorrow for you guys, but I want to get it out of my mind, out of what I just processed it. First of all, shout out to the director. I think I have the director's name right here. 1 second. I'll make sure I give this guy his props because what he just did was pretty good. Hold on 1 second. Director Jason Hare. Jason Hare. Shout out to you, bro, for directing this shit. Then shout out to them for even moving this up. Because again, this was supposed to come out after the NBA Finals. I think it was like June 5th. We get this right too for you guys. So we're going to get all our facts right tonight, people. We have a lot of eyes on the channel tonight. I believe it's supposed to come out June 5th. Let me get it right. No matter that. It's June 7th. June 7th. So, June 7th. Shout out to you guys for even moving it up. Now, he did say, I was listening a little bit of his interview. He was on Jalen Jacoby's driving back from my brother's house watching it. He said he had episode 1 and 2, 3 and 4 were already done. He was working on finishing 5 through 10. Like finishing editing 5 through 10. So he's still in the process. They're still in the process of getting everything done for those remaining episodes. So they're working hard to finish these episodes like for us. So made a shout out for you guys for moving it up. The time we're in right now, we can use any distraction. Any distraction. Twitter was on fire tonight, bro. I had literally everybody who I follow on Twitter was watching this documentary. Everybody. Cash Nasty, Damian Woody, Kerry Champion, Bruce Blitz. If you guys know who Bruce Blitz is, look up Bruce Blitz. Huge Bulls fan. Skip Bayless was watching. Shannon Sharp was watching. Stephen A. Smith's burner account. Stephen A. Smith's burner account. Literally everybody that you could think of, anybody was watching this shit tonight. So, I was at my brother's house watching this. My brother grew up huge Michael Jordan fan. If you guys don't know more about me, I was born in Germany. We ended up moving from Germany to North Carolina. My dad was in the U.S. Army, so I moved from Germany to North Carolina. Behold, where Michael Jordan went to school was North Carolina. So my brother was a huge Michael Jordan fan. So I went to his house to go watch this. As you guys know, I love LeBron's my favorite basketball player. So, went to my brother's house. Literally, you can just walk in the house. It's like, you about to watch the real GOAT. I'm like, come on, bro. We're going already here? We're going right here? You about to watch the real GOAT. I'm like, all right. So, turn this shit on. Literally, my brother was like feeling like how I would do back in the day watching WrestleMania, like counting down, like, we got 20 more minutes. So, you know, when you're back in the day, you're counting down WrestleMania. That's how my brother was with this documentary. He's like, we got 10 more minutes. 5 more minutes, turn that onto the channel. We got 5 minutes. I'm like, oh my God, bro. So, episode 1. First of all, you guys know Michael Jordan now lives in Florida. The GOAT lives here in Florida. Shout out to Michael Jordan for even moving down here to the 305. I think he's living in West Palm Beach. Fact check, guys. Where's Michael Jordan living here in Florida? I think it's somewhere in West Palm Beach, but he has a house here in Florida and a house in Charlotte. Episode 1. Now, me growing up, I always go like this way. If you didn't grow up watching Michael Jordan, you're not going to have the same appreciation for Michael Jordan like back in the day. For example, a lot of people that are on my channel, that you guys following on the channel, some of you guys are huge John Cena fans. Like, other people are like huge Stone Cold or The Rock or Shawn Michaels or Undertaker. Like, if you didn't grow up with those people back in your time, you're not going to have that same appreciation for it. So that's how I am with Michael Jordan and other people that I know is like, dude, we didn't grow up watching Michael Jordan. Again, I started watching basketball probably 2001, I would say, like really diving into watching basketball. Because my brother was like, literally, he was like, yo, if he was at work or if he was at school or if he was at practice, he was like, make sure you record the Allen Iverson game. I'm like, what? Like, come on, bro. Like, who? What? He's like, make sure you record the Allen Iverson game I'm about to watch. So when I get back home, I can watch the Iverson game. I'm like, all right, bro. So I didn't start diving into basketball until 2001. Michael Jordan already retired in 1998. So you guys can see, I wasn't like watching Mike. I didn't start watching Michael Jordan until he came out of retirement for the Wizards. I'm like, who's this guy? Bro's like, yo, that's Michael Jordan. Go back and watch Michael Jordan. So like, I didn't grow up watching Michael Jordan. So that's how I am with it. Most of my cousins are too. Like, unless you grow up watching Michael Jordan, you didn't have the same appreciation. Like I have the appreciation for LeBron because I've watched LeBron since high school. I have that appreciation for LeBron. So, watching episode 1 and episode part 2. We're gonna get in episode 1 first. Episode 1 pretty much was I like how they had it in order because this is titled The Last Dance. This is titled The Last Dance, which the Bulls won their 6th title, which is The Last Dance. So how the director had it rolled out was like you'd go at the beginning of the season for The Last Dance, and then you're going back in time through Michael Jordan's at North Carolina, how he got to North Carolina, how he that was in part 2. I will say, but they still showed in part 1 how he got to North Carolina, how he was a freshman, and then literally James Worthy said he was the best player on the team after 2 minutes when Michael Jordan got into 2 minutes of the practice. He's like, yeah, you're the best player, bro. Like, he's the best player. He's the best player on this team right now. So they chronicle Michael Jordan's him hitting the game-winning shot. How Dean Smith told him that, hey, you should go pro. Like, literally, you don't need to stay here another year. Even though you like being here on campus, you need to go pro right now while you're junior year. Now, I asked my brother this question too. I'm like, yo, since Michael Jordan was player of the year, like, why did the Rockets take Hakeem over Michael Jordan? Because that's how, even still today in NBA and also in, like, football. Actually, no, football's starting to get, like, the last 3 winners have all been Heisman Trophy winners, which is like the best player award in college football. They all have gone to number 1 pick. In basketball, whoever wins the Wooden Award doesn't always go number 1 in the draft, which is, to me, is kind of funny. But you look at football, if you win the Heisman in football, you go number 1. But you win the best college award and you don't go number 1 in the NBA draft. That's kind of, kind of tricky to me, but it is what it is. So I was like, why come Hakeem went ahead of Michael Jordan? He's like, because literally back then in the day, everybody wanted size. Everybody wanted size. You had Bill Walton, Hakeem, Bill Russell. Those were the Clyde Frazier. You know what I'm saying? So those big people went early in the draft ahead of even the guards. Now you flip the script. Now you're taking a point guard over a center right now. Like, look at the draft that's going to come out this year. Who's going to probably go number 1? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Michael ended up going 3rd. Again, I've never understand Portland's philosophy. Even though they had Clyde Drexler, it's the same thing I'm saying. I'd rather have a great backcourt than a great front court. Because a great backcourt, you definitely get in your scoring. So even though they had Clyde Drexler, I'm still taking Michael Jordan. You could put Clyde at the 3, Jordan at the 2. Like, it is what it is. They took Sam Bowie, but I still taking Michael Jordan. It is what it is. I would have to, again, like I said, remember when if I was Portland back in the day, they took Greg Oden over Kevin Durant. You could have had KD and Brandon Roy. You can't tell me Kevin Durant and Brandon Roy wouldn't have been a factor. But it is what it is. Portland takes Sam Bowie. Michael Jordan goes to the Bulls. So they show you how pretty much the Bulls were in the late 80s and the early 90s before they got Michael Jordan. They were trash. It's kind of like, how would I describe it for you guys? It's kind of like, let's see, who's a really crappy team? I'm trying to think of somebody for you guys to point out for your younger generation out here. How would I put this? Put it this way. There was literally the fans were watching the Bears, which the Bears were good. The Blackhawks, the Cubs, the White Sox. They were watching anything else in Chicago but the Bulls. Pretty much, guys, the Bulls were, how would I put this? I'm trying to put this in the nicest way. Not disrespect the Bulls franchise, but it's the nicest way. Pretty much the Bulls were, how would you say this? Pretty much the Bulls were TNA. For you wrestling fans there, the Bulls were TNA, which you weren't showing up. You know what I'm saying? But until they got Michael Jordan, when they got Michael Jordan, they were like, oh, this dude's really good. After the first couple of games, they're like, oh, this dude fucking good. We might have come see some more Bulls games now. So, and they also documented how pretty much Michael Jordan came in as a rookie. He was really on his own. Like and back in the day, his teammates were like smoking weed, cocaine, having parties, not focusing on trying to get better. Because again, they were trash. So it's like, even though we got this Michael Jordan kid, we're still trash. So their focus was on a totally different mindset. But MJ came in ready to go, ready to work. He was pretty much living that straight edge life for now. He was living that straight edge life for his first rookie season, getting everything in, trying to get better, learn the ropes, take command of the team, be the leader. So that pretty much was episode 1. Episode 1 was just showing you Michael Jordan's come up from UNC to the Bulls, and then they were going back and forth. The Bulls had just gotten to Paris. They were doing their little tournament, as you call it now, for the NBA, how the NBA goes to China and all that little stuff. The Bulls were the champions, so they're doing a little touring thing. So they're in France, getting ready to take on, I guess, like a little France team, France national team, or France, or one of the probably the France teams that they had. Like, hey, now Spain has Real Madrid, Barcelona. This is probably one of the France teams. So that was episode 1. Episode 2 was pretty much showing you Scottie Pippen's come up. How he had living with his family. One of his brothers, I think, was paralyzed. He said his dad had a stroke and he was paralyzed. They had 12 kids. They're pretty much showing you how Scottie Pippen, he pretty much walked on to Arkansas. I think it was at Arkansas State. One of these Arkansas schools, I think it was Central Arkansas. It was Central Arkansas he walked on to. He was a little, what do you call it, little, not janitor, but ball boy. You want to call it, he was a ball boy. And some of the kids lost their scholarships. So Scottie Pippen ended up taking one of the kids' scholarship because, again, he didn't have the great grades. So Scottie Pippen took one of the scholarships, got better, ended up getting drafted to the Bulls. Again, to me, looking back on this, he was drafted by the Supersonics, but then traded to the Bulls. So we're going to get into this twice, though. He was literally, if you look at Scottie Pippen's career, he was drafted by the Supersonics, traded to the Bulls. And then we'll get into Mr. Krause. And then Krause tried to trade Scottie Pippen back to Seattle later in his career for Sean Kemp. So that was pretty crazy if you guys went back to that history. We'll get into this in a second. But episode 2 was just showing Scottie Pippen's come up, how he got drafted, traded to the Bulls, how pretty much Horace Grant and Scottie Pippen were starting to be the building blocks for the championship team. They traded Charles Oakley for Bill Whittington. So the story starting to show you how the little come up to the Bulls championship, and then when they did the flashback, then when they did the flash forward, Scottie Pippen. We dived into more Scottie Pippen, where how he took a 7-year deal worth $18 million, but then you fast forward that to 1998, he was 122nd paid player in the NBA. And yet he was probably in the top 5 of the NBA as talent-wise, as players-wise. But the salary was 122nd. And also, guys, he was the 6th highest paid player on the Bulls. That's kind of crazy. If I was Scottie Pippen, I'd be kind of pissed too. Like, bro, like we're the way I'm playing, and I'm still the 6th. Again, I understand the owner. We'll get into the owner too, but it's like, though, even though I gave you it's the same thing with NBA and basketball. Like, I gave you a contract. Then you want another extension, or you want some more money. Yeah, I can see the owner's perspective. It's like, bro, I just gave you a contract. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But Scottie Pippen was not a happy camper. I don't blame him. So, and also, Scottie Pippen I think he had a broken bone in his foot. Yeah, they say he had a broken bone in his foot, where after the Bulls had just beat I think it was the Supersonics for the 5th championship. I think I'm right, guys. Am I right? Was it the Supersonics that beat for the 5th championship? Scottie Pippen had a broken bone in his foot where he could have had surgery in the off season, like normally all the other players get surgery in the off season. Scottie Pippen decided not to do that. He waited for the regular season to start, then to have the surgery to show, hey, bro, you need me. The Bulls are struggling. You need to get me out here. You know what I'm saying? I need my contract extension. You need to get me back on the court after I'm healthy, ready to go. I want a contract extension. We'll get into the owner and Mr. Krause now. Where Scottie Pippen and Scottie Pippen and the GM, also Michael Jordan. We'll get into that too, but I want to correctly pronounce Mr. Jerry Krause. Jerry Krause was the GM of the Bulls, who pretty much took over after the guy, I forgot who the GM was, who drafted Michael Jordan. After he drafted Michael Jordan, that GM got fired. And let me pull his name up right here. Oh my gosh. Mr. Jerry Reinsdorf had fired the GM and brought in Mr. Jerry Krause to be the new GM of the Bulls. So later on, him and Phil Jackson didn't have the greatest working relationship. Again, funny thing is, you go back and watch his documentaries. Phil Jackson had a 1-year deal for his last year with the Bulls. And then Jerry Krause was trying to get rid of Michael Jordan. He wanted to blow the whole shit up and bring in Tim Floyd. We brought in Tim Floyd, who is my GOAT, D Wade's Marquette basketball coach. He was going to bring him in the next year to be the Bulls head coach. So he was blowing everything up. And I agree with Michael Jordan this way. If I continue to win, why blow it up? It's pretty much the same thing with the Patriots. The Patriots owner, who's the Patriots owner? Damn it, I can see the guy on my face, but I keep forgetting his freaking name. Mr. Kraft, Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft is the Patriots owner. Have you ever seen Robert Kraft saying, "I'm blowing up Bill Belichick and Tom Brady"? Like, even though if they continue to win, they have losing seasons. Sometimes they'll make it to the Super Bowl, but he continues to keep Brady and Belichick. The same thing I've done with the Bulls. Like, bro, we're not fucking losing. Why am I blowing up this team? We're not losing. Why are we blowing this team up? But again, I mean, the owner wanted to keep Jerry Krause on. He's not going to let Michael Jordan. You know, Michael Jordan said, if Phil Jackson leaves, I'm leaving too. So he lost. We'll get into that later when those episodes come. But it's just like, that mindset to me is stupid. Like, why am I blowing up a successful team? A successful dynasty? That's just crazy. So make sure you guys go watch episode 1 and episode 2. Make sure you guys go do that. We'll be back here next week for episode 3 and episode 4. Episode 3 is going to show Michael Jordan battling the Detroit Pistons. How he had to make some gains. He had to make some gains to beat the Pistons. So they're going to show you how Michael Jordan had to trial, how he had to get over the Pistons, and how he had to change his workout routine up, put on some muscle to get ready for that battle. So that's going to be episode 3 and episode 4. We'll do that next week. So you guys make sure you like the video. Comment down below. Subscribe. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat are all down below. Spotify and Anchor all down below. So you guys can go follow Behind the Curtain on Spotify and Anchor. And we'll be back here next week for episode 3 and 4. As far as tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow for you guys. I may try to do a couple reaction videos before Monday Night Raw. But I'm about to go hit the hay. It is 11:46 here on the East Coast. Catch you guys here tomorrow.